Emotions run high as a nationwide protest reaches mid-Missouri.
Hundreds gather at the Capitol to fight for equality for the disabled.
A presidential visit to St. Louis. KMU 8 News at 6 starts now.
Here in mid-Missouri and across the country. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Reek.
And I'm Emily Spain. Students walked out of schools all over the country at 10 a.m. in each time zone. The protest lasted for 17 minutes to honor the 17 victims in the Parkland, Florida school shooting. Now, those protests extended all over mid-Missouri, including right here in Columbia.
KOMU8's Jalen Henderson is here in the studio to share the message students delivered to the public and lawmakers.
Sadness, anger, and resolve were just some of the emotions felt for students when they met on the front lawn of Hickman High School this morning. They walked out of class to support Florida students and send a message to local, state, and national government. The demonstration comes exactly 1 month after the deadly shooting in Parkland, Florida. Many students who walked out are asking for lawmakers to create stricter gun control policies. But they're also trying to send a message to students that their voice can make a difference.
Aaron Weiss, age 37.
My history teacher had told me about an article I should go check out, and I went and read that article, and I thought it was a really interesting idea that students were taking action, and I just wanted to see if we could do that at our school as well.
He said seeing other schools around the country take a stand encouraged him.
And I think we're seeing in Parkland now, those students are bringing about change in the Florida legislature.
Lewandowski and his classmates organized the walkout and sold shirts that read, "Never Again." He says promoting gun reform in schools is necessary for a positive school environment.
If you don't feel safe in school, it makes for a really bad learning environment, and it takes away from any sort of culture that a school is trying to create.
For 17 minutes of silence at 10:10.
Teachers weren't able to directly participate in the walkout due to Columbia Public School policies, but some showed support by wearing their own Never Again shirts. Despite overwhelming support from many students, some disagreed with the tactics.
Look how many walkouts are going on today. They're all calling for change, but all of them are walking out. It's the masses. That's the problem. If you want to, you got to make a stand. Be your person, educate yourself, and make a change for for the greater good.
But the students who supported the walkout believe what they did today will make a difference. And as the walkout came to an end, one student left her peers with a message yelling, "In a society where we do not have a vote, we do have a voice." Reporting in studio, Jalen Henderson, KOMU8 News.
A school safety committee in Jefferson City discussed ways to change active shooter training. Today, the committee agreed active shooter drills should take place in school 4 times a year instead of just 2. The school district will also use a new online training module so teachers and staff will be prepared in case of an active threat. The Transportation Safety and Security Coordinator says the more you practice, the more you will be prepared.
And it's the same thing. The more we practice something, the more your muscle memory will react to those type of situations. If you know that this is going down, you don't have to think, what do I do? You just do it. You react to it.
The Safety and Security Committee plans to meet more regularly to discuss more ways to stay safe in school.
After a week of silence, the Missouri House Committee looking at Governor Greitens' felony indictment addressed the media with limited details. KOMU8's Nora Ferris is live at the Capitol to tell us what was said and what wasn't said.
This afternoon, Representative Jay Barnes addressed reporters here in Jefferson City about the investigation he's cheering into Governor Greitens. But all he had to say was that progress is being made, not what kind of progress is being made. In fact, he wouldn't reveal anything terribly substantial about the case other than the fact that the committee has had 5 meetings and has started issuing subpoenas. In the middle of heavy questioning by reporters, Barnes quickly ended the meeting, which lasted less than 5 minutes. He wouldn't reveal any details about who or what has been subpoenaed so far. He said that things are moving quickly and the committee plans to stay within its 30-day decision window for the time frame. Live at the state capitol, I'm Nora Ferris, KOMU8 News.
A Democratic consultant says he's filing a new ethics complaint against Governor Greitens. Former state Democratic Party chair Roy Temple also alleges Greitens' gubernatorial campaign failed to report the receipt of an email list from The Mission Continues. That organization has denied providing the donor list. Here's what's happening right now. President Trump is in St. Louis touting his tax reform and stumping for Missouri Attorney General Josh Hawley in his campaign for the U.S. Senate. KOMU8's Lydia Nussbaum has been in St. Louis all day. She is live to tell us why he chose the gateway city to talk business. Lydia?
The president spoke with Missouri business leaders today just about 2 hours ago to talk about his tax overhaul. His first stop included a tour of Boeing Defense with top Boeing executives. Then the president had a roundtable discussion with CEOs from 10 different Missouri businesses, 2 of which are located in Jefferson City. The group talked about the benefits the president's tax plan has had on Missouri businesses. These businesses say President Trump's tax reform allowed them to increase wages and announce bonuses. The president kicked off his tax cut plan when he first came to Springfield, Missouri last summer.
This was about the first place I announced that we were going to be asking for massive tax cuts, and everybody said it'll never happen. Hasn't happened since Ronald Reagan to any scale, and it didn't even come close since then. And we got it not only passed, but bigger than anything ever passed in the history of our country.
President Trump also went to a private fundraising campaign for Attorney General Josh Hawley. Hawley kicked off his Senate campaign against Democratic incumbent Claire McCaskill just yesterday. Reporting in St. Louis, Lydia Nussbaum, KOMU8 News.
Today was the 17th annual Disability Rights Legislative Day at the Capitol. Hundreds of supporters gathered for the cause. Lawmakers and those who have lived with disabilities spoke. They advocated for equal rights in the workplace as well as fair treatment. The MC says those with disabilities are a part of a gifted subculture.
Begin to be with us, begin to know us, and you're going to open the door to a lot of great things. So don't think limitation when you think disability. Think gift.
The ceremony ended with a moment of silence for Carl DeBrody, a disabled man who was killed last year in Callaway County.
We saw plenty of sunshine today, and it was a little warmer, perhaps a sneak peek of spring. Kenton, though, is tracking some rain for the end of the week. Let's check in with him. Hey, Kenton.
Emily, thank you very much. A warmer day indeed. Check out these 24-hour temperature changes. 11 degrees warmer right now in Columbia, about 13 degrees warmer over in Kansas City. That's giving us temperatures in the 50s, even some 60s. 60 in Jefferson City and in Boonville right now, Sedalia too. Otherwise, it's at 58 in Columbia and Mexico. Great evening here to get out there and enjoy it. It is still just a little breezy too. We have sustained winds around 17 miles an hour in Columbia and some wind gusts still around 28 miles per hour. So slightly breezy, but those will calm down a bit more as we head overnight tonight, and it should be a calmer day tomorrow for us too. Temperatures all night long cooling down into the 40s. We're only around 40 degrees though tomorrow morning at sunrise, much different than the middle 20s we were in this morning. And then a lot of sunshine still expected tomorrow afternoon, just a few clouds increasing. High temperatures reach into the middle and upper 60s tomorrow afternoon, and then we do have rainfall on Friday as we head into the weekend. I'll track that hour by hour and look ahead to the rest of our 8-day forecast coming up right after the break.
A day of giving at MU. Who's giving and who's benefiting?
Plus, a 60-mile round trip doesn't matter to this Columbia team.
Welcome back to KOMU8 News at 6 o'clock. Here's a live look over the Lake of the Ozarks here on our first alert weather cam. A lot of blue sky out there. Should be a great sunset. Of course, that's coming later now with that extra hour, or at least an hour of sunshine a little bit later on in our day. Sunset now around 7 p.m. Let's take a look at our rain timeline as we head into the weekend. Again, we are dry tomorrow. It's going to be very warm on our Thursday. Then that rain moves in early on Friday morning around 7 a.m., even before that, of course. And then it's going to slowly trickle down throughout the day. Most of our heavier rainfall will be in the morning, and then we'll just see some sprinkles and light passing showers in the afternoon. It will then clear out as we head into Saturday, still keeping mostly cloudy skies, though. And then on Sunday evening, most of the daytime on Sunday looks dry, but by Sunday evening, more rain starts to move in, and that will continue into our Monday as well. But temperatures, that's going to be a big story for us tomorrow. It's very warm, as you can see, over the Plains states. 68 degrees in Kearney, Nebraska, 67 in Wichita, 58 still in Columbia, of course. This warmer air slowly moving our direction. You can see right here where there's a big difference from north to south. That is a cold frontal system, and that's slowly heading our direction here. It's going to slowly dip down, actually, throughout the day tomorrow. By tomorrow evening, that's moving into our region. That's why it will be a bit cooler on Friday with that rainfall starting to roll in as well. And that rainfall is going to be associated with this low pressure system that's still over the over the Rocky Mountains. So this system also slowly pushed in this direction, and we'll get eventually some last-minute moisture from the south with that system as well. So let's track this here, hour by hour with Weathercast. So again, much warmer here tomorrow. We're keeping a lot of our sunshine too. Here's Thursday afternoon. We're very warm. You can see right where this cold front is, a little closer to us here. That's slowly going to sink down though as we head into our Thursday night and Friday. Then this rain moves in from the west and from the south as well. Again, here's 5 a.m. on Friday. A little bit of some heavier rainfall mixed in with this as well, moderate to heavy rain at times. You can see there is a bit of a line here, again, as the cold front is pushing through the area, where it's a little bit colder to our northeast. Now, this area could have some freezing rain. Likely, though, it would only affect some windshields out there. A lot of our road temperatures will be too warm for any ice accumulation at that point, but could have a little impact on some windshields there on Friday morning. Most of us, though, will be warm enough just to see rain out there. Then throughout again Friday afternoon, it starts to taper off in intensity, and we're just left with a few passing light showers on Friday afternoon. Into the evening, then it starts to clear out here 7 p.m. on Friday, and then on Saturday, the cloud cover even starts to leave us here, and we're left with mostly cloudy to eventually partly sunny skies as well on Saturday. That's 5 p.m. on Saturday. Then on Sunday, we start off with sunshine. Here's noon, but then we can expect a little bit of rain to roll into the area again on Sunday evening as we head into our day on Monday. Here's Monday morning now as you head out the door for a new work and school week. You're going to want the umbrella once again, so you're going to want it on Friday and then on Monday too. But luckily in between, for most of the weekend, we are going to be dry, so you can go outside and enjoy the weather. 40 degrees though tonight for our low temperature, mostly clear skies out there for that. Tomorrow we're at 67. Enjoy it. One of the warmest days we're going to have in the next 8 days, as you're going to see here in another moment, because we're at 52 there on Friday. We are going to stay in the 50s for the most part over the weekend. 50 degrees there on Saturday for St. Patrick's Day, 57 on Sunday with that rain and overnight into Monday. And then we're down into the 40s by Tuesday next week for the first day of spring. Here's the Weather IQ question for the day, sponsored by Break Time. On average, the last snowfall in Missouri is experienced in February, in March, or in April. What do you think?
We almost always get a March snow.
I'm going to say B.
I mean, it has happened in April, but I'm going with March. It happened this month.
It's in March, and actually, on average, it's on March 10th.
To be precise.
Yes.
Very precise.
Kenton, thank you very much. Yeah. A fundraiser at Mizzou. It's the second Giving Day.
Coming up after this break, how schools within the university can benefit.
MU is in the middle of a 24-hour pledge drive. Donations could help with the recent budget cuts. KOMU8's Haley Jennings is here in the studio to tell us about the benefits of such a fundraiser.
It's called Mizzou Giving Day, and the university is reaching out to alumni and friends to donate now. If you choose to give, you can pick exactly where your gift will go. In a single day last year, the university received more than $8 million in donations. And due to the success of Giving Day, MU is doing it again. The alumni executive director says no matter how much you give, it's the thought that counts.
I think they should give because it's something that Mizzou touches them. You know, it's something that really means a lot to them. And so Giving Day is about participation. It's not necessarily about how much you give.
This is only Mizzou's second Giving Day, but it could be a little more important this time around. With the most recent budget cuts, any donations can help. He says budget cuts shouldn't be the reason to donate.
It's probably not the reason to give. I think it's the reason why you want to give is because you want to see Mizzou get stronger through maybe a gift you might make to a place that's important to you.
One staff member says it's his first time donating, and he knows exactly where his money will go.
I really like to think about Giving Day as an opportunity to give to student scholarships because it does give students the financial abilities that or the financial resources through scholarships that can really be a hard thing for a lot of students to find.
If you want more information on how to give, you can find the link on our website, KOMU.com. In the studio, Haley Jennings, KOMU8 News.
What used to be a popular Columbia business has been gone for more than 3 decades.
That hasn't stopped a Mizzou team from doing what they love.
Now, from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU8 Sports.
For athletes, Columbia has a little bit of everything. Baseball and soccer fields, basketball courts, and even competitive swimming pools. Well, it has almost everything, but as KMU's Matt Weller tells us, a little distance won't ice one team's determination.
Late on a Wednesday night, you'd expect to find most student athletes at home, studying, or downtown. But for the University of Missouri's club ice hockey team, a long night of work is just beginning.
We practice until 10:45 off the ice. Driving back, you're getting home at 11:30.
The team practices in Jefferson City at Mid-Missouri's only ice rink.
One of the harder parts of deciding to play for the team was the rank location.
So twice a week, every week, they pack their equipment and carpool together up and down Highway 63. Hindle and Lutz say while the distance can limit the program's success, it can't keep them from the sport they love.
I wouldn't give up hockey for anything. I mean, it's just been a huge part of my life.
Mizzou has iced a club team off and on since the 1970s, but it wasn't always this difficult. In fact, the facility you now know as Laser Lanes used to be Columbia's own Ice Chalet.
Hockey has a history at Mizzou. I mean, teachers will stop me and ask if I play on the team, and oh yeah, I used to go to games back in the 70s and 80s, and yeah, they were a lot of fun.
Now, Columbia is the second biggest city in the Midwest without a rink. Parks and Recreation Director Mike Griggs says it's because a functioning facility is more expensive than people think.
A lot of it is the ice making equipment, about $2 to $3 million, depending on the amenities.
But that doesn't mean the city isn't prepared for it to happen. Griggs says this lot at Phillips Park, just down the street from Tolton High School, is ready and waiting. But waiting for what exactly?
Come to us with a plan in hand and cash in hand and say, we can build this here. Help us find some property to do it, then I think we could make that happen.
Hindle says he hopes to see the day a rink succeeds in Columbia, not just for him, but for the future of the sport.
I have a passion to just make this sport more for not just us as players, but more for the community as well.
Matt Weller, KOMU 8 Sports, Columbia.
Griggs says if someone came forward with a workable plan, an ice rink could be open within a year. On the hardwood, we have some NAIA basketball championship action where the second-seeded Columbia College women look to win and advance. But despite having the higher seed Cougars fell to 7th-seed Benedictine College 68-59 in the first round of the tournament. Columbia College ends the season 28-6, which is its best record since 2011. Central Methodist in action as well. Both the men and women will take the court tonight. Second-seeded men will do battle with Wayland Baptist at 6:30, while the women, who are also a 2 seed, are set to take on Arizona Christian at 6:45. And that's it for sports.
All right, thank you very much. An unlikely hero came to the rescue for Boston police.
Wait until you see this Good Samaritan.
Welcome back. You want to see this video? A man dressed as the famed Princess Elsa did more than just let it go. The costumed hero, a Boston attorney, came to the rescue when a Boston police wagon got stuck in a snowbank. Looks like this Elsa had more than building a snowman in their mind. And no, Kenton, I'm not going to sing it this time. Not going to sing this time. All right, here's a look at what we're following for KOMU 8 News at 10 o'clock. We'll stay on top of the House investigation into Governor Greitens.
And how close are Missouri lawmakers to finalizing a budget? That's coming up at 10. Kenton.
If you want to see a video of Emily singing it on air, you can go to my Facebook page, scroll down a little bit. Otherwise, a lot of sun, a lot of clear skies tonight. Temperatures down into the 40s. We are around 40 degrees here at sunrise tomorrow morning, and then up into the middle and upper 60s tomorrow afternoon. Mostly sunny, a warm one. Enjoy it. We're not going to be back into the 60s much in the next 8 days, but we do have then rain arriving on Friday morning. Lighter rain on Friday afternoon, and then we are mostly dry throughout the weekend. Highs still around 50. We're pretty seasonal looking through the weekend.
Kenton, what's the first day of spring?
Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
It's right around the corner. Yeah.
All righty. That is our time for now. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you back here at 10 o'clock.